I thought it'd be time now to give you a little tour of the inside of our camper, just to let you see what's going on in there. It's kind of a hot mess, and it feels like there's way too many people living in it with too much stuff. That's because there are, and there is, and it's just small anyway. And that's just the life of living in a camper, I guess. We're gonna find out. But let's start off by going inside. I got the selfie stick, so this could be a little weird as I come around. But all right, crack open the door. Boom. Now you see we got a separate screen door in here, which we can close and then do, so you can get a little bit of airflow. Pop that on with a clip and it stays open. And this is, you know, a different color screen down here because already we've experienced the Hound of the Baskervilles anxious to get into the camper, afraid of being left out. So I opened up the door after walking him, and he lunged forward and punched his dog head right through that screen, and then proceeded to fall backward off the step and onto the ground. Poor guy. So that's a different color there. So, all right. So we come inside, and I try and do this without getting bonked by anything. All right, and we enter into really what's the living area here. And so you turn to the side. There's Joe. He's living the dream. He's got the computer station, which is one of those things that I installed to begin with. So we got some shoe racks there, little counter, and then over here we've got computer, printer, and then big monitor right there. Coming around, we've got storage across the top, and it gets really full. You can see that you pack stuff in everywhere you can pack stuff. There's the bench that I built in addition to this whole computer section and the shelving. And then underneath that bench is a lot more storage. And then this is where Joe sleeps, swinging around this way. So there's Josh, living the dream.
Hello.
And so he's got a bed here, which is actually, this is actually a couch. So it's like a futon, and it'll fold up to be a regular couch with a back on it. So that's a pop out, right? So that's a slide out. So this whole thing, and I've covered this in another video, which I'll post up here for you guys. This whole thing slides back in until it's about, you know, even with the inside of this wall. So really great when we get that pushed out, because that gives us a lot more room in here. Oh, and I forgot to point out that that is where Sir Hound sleeps, is down there, right between the boys. So that's his claimed spot. All right, so then over here is the kitchen. So we've got a couple of sinks. We've got a little 4-burner gas stovetop, and then a small oven underneath. Deb's already done some cool stuff. She cooked a couple of chicken pot pies. We did pizza in that. We did a small roast in there the other night, which was really good. And, you know, not a lot of space to work, but as with everything else here, you know, that pops up. Everything is just modular, so it can come and go in order to make space for you to move around. You can't see it here, but up here in the ceiling is a cooling unit, so it'll either blow, just circulate air, or it has low and high air conditioning settings, which is really great. Swinging around this way, so here's the wall I was just talking about a minute ago, and then you've got a freezer and a refrigerator. They're small, but you know, you could pack stuff in there. Right now neither of them works, and so the cooling unit on it turns out is bad, and so we've got some help coming for that, and that'll be replaced. And I think being in a camper is a lot like being in a boat, right? They talk about owning a boat is about doing maintenance in exotic locations. I think we're going to be a lot of the same way with a camper. There's just always going to be something that needs to be worked on. And this camper is, you know, what, 27 years old? So it's got some miles, figuratively and literally. All right, so we've also got a microwave up here. Here's the rub with the microwave. When you're on electric power, it's the only time it's going to work. When you're on electric power, you can either use the microwave, or you can have the hot water heater functioning, right? There's a switch that you manually cycle, and it's, I don't know if you can see it, but it's way down low here, and there's a switch. And when it's in the up position, it's doing hot water, and when it's in the down position, power flows to the microwave, so you can use that. You just have to remember to throw the switch. Now coming down this little hall here a little bit, we have the bathroom. Oops, I didn't turn the light on in here. So it is, I'm all the way in and the selfie stick is still out in the hallway. So it's pretty tight. There's my elbow against my elbow in the mirror there. And coming in, here's the shower. I did take a shower in here. It was absolutely as magical as you would imagine it would be. And it's, you know, one of these things, so it's got a head here that you can turn the water off, because you've got 6 gallons of hot water when it's heated up. And especially if you want to, you know, use soap, you want to make sure you turn that water off to preserve some of that. Unless you just want to take a cold shower and then rock and roll. And that's only going to last as long as your 40-gallon internal water tank, if you're boondocking, if you're not hooked up at a facility like we are now. So that comes down. You could do a little tub action and fill that up. Right now you can see our washing machine is in place here. I'm just letting it dry out after having used it for the first time. And you've seen some pictures of that maybe, but we'll get a little, I made a video of doing some of that stuff, and I'll see if I can chop it down and add it on here as another one. Oh yeah, swiveling around this way. Okay, here we go, back out to this side. There's your sink, all right, and a little drain here, but you got you know, hot water, cold water, just like at home. As long as the hot water heater's on, then it's cold water, cold water. Oh, and you hook up to a hose, right? Your own hose you bring it with you. It's a hose, it's white with a blue line on it. That's how you know that's the potable water. You may make sure you hook that up to the right spot. But now the hose is sitting outside. So if it's sitting in direct sunlight, when you turn that on, even if it's the cold water, you're getting whatever's in the hose. So note to self. And then down here, you can see is the toilet. So quick tutorial. Sorry if this is gross for folks. Double check and make sure all's good in the old bomb site here. You got 2 things you can do here. One, right, you can rinse, which just runs water around the interior. And then the other is flush, which just opens up the portal and drops everything straight down into the black tank. And that's it. There's not usually any water in there to receive whatever it is you are contributing to the effort. So using that handle on the side there, that's a real courtesy for everybody else. So, and then up top here, you can see we've got a vent just to let some air flow up and out. All right, so that's the bathroom. I spent a lot more time in there than I would have thought I would have, but it's just kind of something that maybe not everybody's had a chance to see in one of these before. And then coming down the hall into the bedroom. Along the way, you know, just little pieces of storage here and there. That's basically spice rack type of thing. And then over on this side is a much larger closet, which you can see from these pieces up here were for coat hangers. So once upon a time, this was a hanging closet. It was more value to us to install a couple of shelves and stack more stuff up, but you can see it goes down and then all the way to the bottom. I don't know if you can see that, but it's just a place down that low. You're just putting extra shoes in there. All right, so then coming into the master, the only bedroom. All right, so I am 1 step into it and I'm already here. So just so you can see, here's the privacy shield for this room, and you've got about a foot before you hit the mattress, right? So that's how you're going to roll here. Skylight, regular light, reading light. All these windows bring in good light, but you know, it's in the mid 80s here in Oregon, so where we are right now in Salem, Oregon, and so in order for the air conditioner not to have to work so hard, we keep the blinds down to keep it cool, so that you can just be more comfortable in here. Now there is a lot of stuff stacked on the sides. We're still sorting out how do we, you know, got guitars, got the fishing rod cases and whatever, and so it takes some time to figure out where everything should go and what you really need. And so you know, you kind of got to deal with it, and that's it. That is a tour of the inside of our camper, and man, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll give you some more stuff as we go along here. All right, cheers.